Welcome to the kitchen at Dancing Bear Ranch. My name is Brian Streeter. I'm the culinary director at Cakebread Cellars. This month I'm going to make a recipe for you, garlic soup with Dungeness crab. We're going to pair that with our estate vineyard Cuttings Wharf Chardonnay. Julianne, our winemaker, ferments the Chardonnay 100% in French oak barrels, and then it's periodically stir up the lees that settle to the bottom. Doing that, what it does is it adds a lot of richness to the wine. And with this dish, a whole head of garlic goes into this soup. And then the garnish for the soup is Dungeness crab. It has a nice natural sweetness to it, a little salinity, and we saute it with some peppers and some leeks, and that acts as a nice contrast, I think, to the richness of the soup and different components and flavors going on a dish so it's not becomes monotonous. Same thing with a wine. You want things that are going to keep you coming back, and I think there's a nice marriage between the two. All right, so we're going to slice our fennel up. We're only going to use half of a head. Celery, sliced about the same thickness. And half an onion. Everything's getting sliced thinly so we can saute it, wilt it down. Potatoes need to be peeled. I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes, yellow fleshed. I think they have a little bit more flavor to them. Now we're going to cut the potato and just sort of dice it a little bit. So we have one head of garlic that's been peeled. I'm going to put it into a small saucepan. Cover with cold water, just enough to cover. Bring that to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'm going to drain that. I'm going to do that 3 times. Got a pot that's deep enough and wide enough to make our soup in. I'm going to add a little olive oil to it. Add our onions, celery, and fennel. I'm going to cook that down. Gonna add a pinch of salt just to soften, help pull the moisture out of the vegetables. And then just saute this till everything's soft. I'm not trying to add any color to it. I don't want any of the veggies to start to caramelize and brown. I just want them to wilt. Veggies are nice and soft. I'm gonna add the potato, garlic cloves, and then cover all this with chicken broth. You could also add vegetable broth if you prefer. I'm going to add in a sprig of thyme, add a bay leaf if you have it, and then just a pinch of salt. I'm going to let everything simmer together until the vegetables are tender. Once the potato is nice and tender, we're going to puree all of this. Remove your herbs, discard that, ladle it into the blender jar. Whenever you're blending something that's hot, always start on low because you don't want everything to go flying. Nice and smooth. It's going to add a little bit of cream to help round out the flavors. So at this point I just want to taste it and see if it needs to be adjusted at all. I'm going to add a little bit more salt. It's got nice flavor. Garnish to go on top of our garlic soup. I've got leeks and peppers. We're going to cut it lengthwise. Cut them into 2-inch segments. And I'm going to give the leeks a good run under water to get rid of any dirt or grit that might be attached to them. Peppers, we're going to dice them about the same size as the leeks. Cut them into thick strips. Garnish for our soup, we're going to heat up a saute pan. Add a little butter to it. Our leeks, our peppers, starting to caramelize. Again, pinch of salt. We're going to add the crab meat and cook that through. And we'll add a little chopped garlic and some parsley. Warm everything up and then also cook it just a little bit to get the raw taste of the chopped garlic. Okay, we've got our soup prepared. We've got our garnish. I'll ladle this up into a warm bowl. Spoonful or 2 of the crab mixture and just garnish with some chopped chives at the end. And that is our garlic soup with Dungeness crab. All right, we have our finished dish. I would serve this recipe during the cold winter months at the winery. This is a great recipe during crab season. For a lot of people in Northern California, the holidays are associated with crab. Serve it with a nice green salad and a loaf of crusty French bread. Cuttings Wharf Chardonnay's got a lot going on with it. They're sort of matching one another in intensity and complexity, so I hope you enjoy. To learn more about Cakebread Cellars, you can visit us at our website at cakebread.com. So hope to see you in the kitchen again. Cheers.